everyone! After months and months and months, no wait, let's be honest here, after practically a year, I'm back with another mental health update. There's a lot to talk about. There really is. And it was hard for me to put together a mental health update without either something changing the next week or me not really being in the mood to talk about how I'm feeling without other people, I guess, taking things out of context. And I don't know, I feel like I wasn't ready to be as vulnerable anymore. I felt a lot more safe speaking about how I felt in the form of my live streams by just answering random people's questions and kind of having a barrier that makes it a little less easily accessible to get certain information from me. It almost felt like I fell into a trap. It just felt so much safer to say how I'm doing in a live stream that's like 4 hours long, so it has people like having to either watch the whole thing to get how I'm feeling. And I'm really sorry for people who really enjoyed my mental health updates and feel like they haven't been able to catch up with my life because they're not able to view my live streams for whatever reason, and that's fine. I totally understand that. And after that, I'm so sorry. Also, it just got, as the months went by, it went progressively more difficult to organize all of my thoughts, all of like the things I wanted to share that happened to me in 2018. I bought this really cute planner. Oh my god, look at the cellophane. Oh, this is so pretty. I bought this at TJ Maxx. I was immediately drawn to it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, this is mine. Because lately I've noticed that I'm really drawn to things that are extremely eye-catching and like really brilliant in, you know, like the hair. That's why I still have this like really bright blue-purple color. It looks really blue on camera, but in person it shifts from blue to purple, and I really like that. And I've been really drawn to glitter. Always glittery. I love it. I currently don't have acrylic nails right now, but I will get back to it. I love my acrylics, my fake ass nails. And it's filled with so many really nice messages, and I bought like 2 books of stickers. See, look at all these really fun stickers here. Oh, look at the panda. I love this panda right here. The reason why I bought a planner is I'm really trying to be dedicated to organizing my life more, because I do have a lot of plans, I have a lot of projects that I want to work on, and it's just getting to a point where jotting them down on my cell phone isn't really doing much for me anymore. The first thing you see as soon as you open this planner is, this is only the beginning for you. When I saw it, I wanted to cry because I was like, yes, it is. You know, this is the beginning of something amazing. You know, as long as I stay focused, believe in myself, and just remember to have fun, then I can create something that is only tangible in my dreams, you know? But enough about all that. So I have a lot written down. So this is sit down, relax, do something else while you're listening to me. It's that kind of thing. I'm sorry if it feels like it's still too long for some people, but I really just gotta get this out there for my own thing. You know, I feel like it's not fair for me to put out anything else until I first put this up, because I've cultivated an audience that isn't here for a specific game or a specific genre. Okay, maybe RPGs or whatever. My goal is to have a channel that revolves around, you know, me. Like, you come to my channel just to see me, not to see updates on a game or whatever. And thankfully, I was able to somehow amass a good size of people who love me, for me, who come here just to know how I'm feeling and to, you know, get an update on my life. And I really appreciate it. Guys, the f***ing love that you show me, the messages that I get just for talking about my depression and anxiety, don't f***ing cry. It moves me so much. I'm just forever grateful for all of you, and it really motivates me to continue going, because it's not like I ever doubted it. In terms of like sharing with you guys my mental health, I knew immediately I had to share it because nobody else in my life shares anything about mental health. I gotta be real with you. I was somehow gravitated towards friends who were very prideful and stubborn and always dismissed mental health in the past. Nowadays, after I shared everything about myself and you know, they've grown up as people, they've definitely changed also, so they don't have the same mindsets anymore. Granted, none of them have taken therapy. But that's their lives. I'm not trying to control them, okay? And that's something that people have to understand too. Side note, you can lead a horse to water, but you definitely can't make that bitch drink, okay? You can tell them, you can suggest to them that maybe they're not making the best decisions, but you can't force them to do anything. You can't force a human being to go into a mental hospital. What? It's not about that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about me, my mental health. Something that I've noticed that I've been doing, that I keep trying to tell myself to stop doing, is to stop trying to help people who, I don't know, I just noticed I have this habit to end up helping someone to the point where I end up losing focus on myself. So I've taken this time to really look within myself to improve what I'm doing, and this is why I'm reaching out and recording this video right now, because I love myself. Everyone should love themselves, prioritize themselves. We only have one life to live, we only have one body to take care of, and we only have one brain. Just because we create another body, like, you know, if we have a child, or just because we're in a serious relationship, doesn't mean that we have to throw everything out the window and focus on that other person. No, you can do that temporarily, but a lot of people, especially women, wind up completely forgetting about their own mental health, their own personal overall well-being, just so they can see another person succeed. And it's not healthy whatsoever. And I'm still learning how to do that. I'm still learning how to, you know, be selfish in that regard. Okay, done with that intro. Let's start with my overall year. I have nice notes here. I don't want you guys to think that I'm being overly negative sometimes, or overly positive, as if everything's like sunshine and rainbows. It's not either or, it's definitely in between. But I am going to be discussing things that, you know, may sound really negative. Just keep that in mind. This year, I feel like if I didn't constantly doubt myself, I would be a lot further in terms of like my subscribers, my followers. If I didn't give in to the anxiety that I felt, I definitely feel like I would have done a lot more. However, even though I do feel like I have regrets this year, I have to just remind myself that, like, where I came from. 2017, 2016, 2015. Each year has been a different version of me. That was a weird finger motion. I am incredibly grateful for the transformation that I've been going through. Even though I didn't do as much as I wanted to, I didn't do as much as I planned to, the fact that I even took a leap of faith and started doing these things like the modeling and just accepting my body for what it is, and knowing that I'm not ugly and disgusting to a lot of people. It took me so long to accept that about myself, because I've been told ever since ever since I could remember, that my body just wasn't acceptable in society. And finally, we're in a time where all bodies are accepted. People are coming out of their shells and they're showing themselves to the world, and they just don't care anymore. And I fully have gone on that train, and I've done modeling and just in wore clothes that, you know, I didn't think I would look good in 10 years ago, but here I am now. Yes. Yes, this year was filled with anxiety. I guess it's just my old self coming back and just, you know, trying to repress old habits, old emotions, old reactions to things that normally wouldn't. I've been really battling myself. It's like freaking Dark Link battling the regular Link. It was pretty intense, and I succumbed to it far too many times, honestly. However, I had a ton of fun this year despite my anxiety. I was able to definitely fight it at times. You know, I went to PAX East, I went to Anime Expo, Evo, New York Comic Con. Well, not for too long. I just went to the after parties and then Anime NYC after party. Those were really fun. I met so many people. The goal of 2018 was to make sure it was better than 2017, and I can say that I accomplished that goal, even though it wasn't really what I wanted exactly. I didn't check off everything off my list, but I'm satisfied, definitely. I'm extremely grateful for my friends for being by my side, because this year I definitely had to continuously remind myself, you can't be having these feelings by yourself. You have to let another person know. You have to let your friends know. And if your friends can't handle those kinds of emotions, then find another friend. Find someone else. And it sounds up, but it's been a constant battle with myself. And I'm so super grateful for my friends like Chazzy and Kat, Chelsea, Crystal, my mods and my fans in general for just being so supportive, and the people who donated, people who have bought my photo sets, people who have bought like videos from me. I've just been so incredibly overwhelmed by people who haven't even met me before, and yet they felt so much love towards me. So I want to talk about how I've been doing with my therapist, or therapy in general. My first ever therapist, I've had her from January last year up until May 31st of this year, because she had to, oh fuck, bless me. She ended up moving. She moved from New York back to her home state of Ohio. I think that's where she was from. Can't be mad at that. Pretty much during the summertime, I decided, you know what? It's summer. I don't want to feel... It was a bit of a burden for me to travel all the way to Bay Ridge to get counseling, because it was a 45-minute commute via train, but only a 10 to 15 minute car ride. It would just eat away at my money, because I would always be tempted to just take a cab. So I let her know. I say, okay, I wanted to get a transfer over to a location that was much closer to me. And she was like, okay, definitely, I'll put a word in and make sure that happens. And I'm waiting, like, I called a week later, I called a month later, 2 months later, nothing. And then I finally have to like call again. I had to do a bunch of back and forth, and I finally got matched with a therapist, but only after like 3 months of not doing anything. This summer, I was pretty much all on my own, and I guess I couldn't handle it as much as I wanted to. I just, it was really stressful. The middle of the summer, I was just an emotional wreck. I couldn't really handle much. This whole year was just, it just feels like one big blur sometimes. But at least something cool happened. You know, I was finally able to break out of my shell and reach out to my friends to let them know, like, you know, how I'm really feeling. For a while, I was too scared to share with my friends what I'm saying to my therapist. But since I didn't have a therapist anymore, I couldn't handle keeping everything that I felt to myself. When I first had therapy, I decided to not let any of my friends know. I used my therapist as my only outlet, and it worked for a little bit. It was a very temporary thing, just to like make sure that my mind wasn't constantly in battles with like other people's opinions, because that was the reason why I kept things to myself and not to my friends, because I feel like my friends were really opinionated to a fault, to the point where they'll make me feel horrible for having a different opinion. So that's why I kept my thoughts away from them and only talked to my therapist. And then I don't have one, and then I just kind of went crazy because I don't know. And then finally I just let it all out and let them know, okay, these are my thoughts and my feelings and stuff. And I had to let them know, like, I don't want your opinion, I just want you to listen to me. I don't want your advice. I just want you to just take in what I'm saying, so that I don't feel like a bottle ready to explode, you know? And thank God they understood and they listened to me, and it's been beautiful ever since. I'm really grateful to have found people in my life that are here for me. Not only do they care about me, but they also allow me to have my own space, have my own freedom. They don't try to control me. We're very transparent towards each other, and you know, we really enjoy spending time with each other. I've learned this year that it's really hard to find people that are genuine like that, that really are there just to listen to you. I've just been really blessed, I guess. Now, in September, I was assigned a new therapist, and she was not the best, definitely. I can totally understand why people end up just completely abandoning therapy, because this one was horrible. And it wasn't like she was mean to me. She wasn't like outwardly laughing at me, but she just never really gave me any constructive feedback. There was never really a time where I left the session and I felt genuinely good. Sometimes I feel like the first few sessions, or like sometimes I'll just be so desperate to feel better that maybe when I left it, maybe I lied to myself saying like, yeah, I totally feel better. I know what she's saying, and I'm gonna try. But she just never really helped me out. I would tell her that, you know, I don't have the best relationship with my mom. One of my goals is to try to improve that with her, and all the therapist had to say was just like, go talk to her. And I was just like, well, duh, but you're not gonna help me in like coming up with a way to like talk to her without fearing her wrath at whatever I'm saying to her. Because like any parent, what parents end up falling into the trap of doing is whenever something is bothering their child or anything that like is upsetting them at any point, the parent's goal is, you know, for their child to be better. And so my mom, whenever she knows that something's upsetting me, she would try so hard to avoid it at all costs, to the point where, you know, that's not what I want. You know, I don't want her to like be vehemently mad at whatever it is that's upsetting me. You know, I want her to like listen to me, but I feel like I haven't been able to like establish that kind of relationship with her. But this therapist wasn't really having it, and I felt like in my sessions, for some reason, they're only 30 minutes. The therapist told me that my insurance only covers about 30 sessions per year, and if I have one every week, it's only about half the year. So I do feel like I freaking wasted some of that. I haven't called my insurance to figure that out, but it's definitely on the list. I gotta write that down somewhere. I seriously have to jot that down. Literally last week, I called the supervisor of the office and I told her, you know, this therapist is not working out for me. We're just not a match. She's not doing what I expect her to do, what I want to do. And I have experience with a really good therapist, so comparing her to that one, it was really easy to tell that they're just not the same. And by the grace of God, my prayers have been answered, and I got a call from the supervisor of the office, and she told me that she has matched me with another one. I'm so happy. And it was on that following Monday. I went to her, and I really had the best experience of the entire year. She was so empathetic. She gave me the greatest advice. The whole session, even though it was only 30 minutes, it felt like an hour. It felt like she made sure that those 30 minutes were worth it. And I am just forever grateful for whatever good karma that I've been racking up this year. It led me to this gem of a therapist, and I'm just so excited. I was crying. I cried happy tears in the therapist's office like 15 minutes in. I was already crying happy tears. I was like, I can't believe this. Is she real? I wish I could properly describe to you guys exactly like the things that she said and like how she made me feel and the advice she gave me to things. I didn't even tell her that much about my life and what happened, but she was able to really understand as if she knew my entire life already. And I had just met her and just gave her a few details. So it was a really good introduction, that was for sure. She gave me amazing advice about my mom. She made me realize that, you know, throughout her life, she was always a quitter. She dropped out of high school. She always dropped out of like anything that she was into, but she never quit being a mom. I didn't expect me to say that. I said that to my therapist, and then she was like, that is spot on. She helped me open my own mind, and so we were just bouncing ideas back and forth. It was absolutely amazing, and she just made me realize just how far I've come in terms of like, woo, I'm seriously fighting back tears. I'm just really, really happy. I'm proud of myself. I'm so proud of like what I've become. I feel like I'm finally the person that I've dreamt about for years. I'm finally at a point where I'm just extremely proud of what I've done. I'm extremely proud of what I've done to improve my life. I mean, sure, I've definitely made mistakes along the way. I've definitely let myself recede sometimes, but each time I've caught myself, given myself time to evaluate what I did wrong, accept my own mistakes, and move forward. And it's just something that I didn't think I would be able to do all that, and yet here I am. Despite people who are like talking about me, people who like vehemently hate my guts and think I'm like the worst person in the world, I know who I am. I'm aware of my mistakes, and my goal is to become a better they can only remember the awful person that I was back in the day, then so be it. I hope all this information didn't like overwhelm me too much. That's how I am right now. That's as current of a mindset that I can share with you, I guess, that I am in right now, you know. Thank you to all my subscribers, all my followers on like Instagram and Twitter, people who emailed me, people who've reached out to me, my followers on Snapchat, where else have people talked to me on Discord. Absolutely. I just want to give so much love back. I'm such a giver. I feel like personally I'm such a healer now at this point that I just want people to realize themselves and to be able to work on themselves as much as possible, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Don't you believe otherwise. Just because your brain's telling you that you're a failure, that there's like nothing else in life than whatever you're thinking about, that the world is going to end, any kind of doom and gloom that you're thinking about, that does not exist. That's not true. That's not real. You are loved. You are important. You are a beautiful person. And just because you made some mistakes in your life doesn't mean that that has to define who you are and who you will be in the future. You can change all of that. You just have to really want it. And even if you don't want it in the beginning, the fact that you even have a slight interest in changing your mindset, you've already done amazing. That's already like the first step. That's already inviting so much light and positivity into your world, and I'm so proud of you for even doing that. If you ever want to reach out, it's getting kind of difficult to kind of initiate a conversation with someone for me, because it gets a little overwhelming. I gotta be honest. But you know, despite all that, definitely reach out to me. Let me know how you're doing. If you need any more help, there's my Discord, my mods, and everyone who are active on there. They're definitely more than willing to listen to what you're going through and to help you out. And they're really nice people. You know, I've been able to cultivate a group of people who are really, really supportive of each other, and I'm so proud of you guys. Like, and I hope in the future, as I grow into as this channel grows, as I grow, as we all grow, I hope it stays this positive, you know. Like, yeah, we talk shit and we like jokes and it's fun and stuff, but you know, at least we respect each other. That's what I want in my channel, honestly. I don't want it to be a shit show where, you know, it's like it's like the wild west. No, I want you to come to my channel and chill, relax, and laugh at me doing some dumb shit. You know, not throwing any shade to anyone. I'm just saying, okay, I've seen the potential of some of these fan bases, and I don't know if it's really worth having a fan base that big if all it's going to do is, you know, inspire chaos. I don't know. I don't think it's okay. I don't think my mental health can take it, honestly. I'm gonna have to continue to be in therapy if I were to ever like cultivate a channel that can incite such negativity onto the world. You know, I want my fans to be I mean, it's definitely asking a lot for asking like the internet to stay respectful, but like, come on. I don't want like a new subscriber to come over here and feel like they shouldn't talk about their mental health. You know, if you feel any kind of stress, you know, just let us know. And you know, my streams are pretty low-key, pretty chill, where we can get into that discussion. I personally don't mind. I'm not the type of person, I don't want to create a channel that pushes away any of these things and just focuses on entertainment. No, I want to get serious. I just dropped my phone. But talking about mental health is really fun to me, and I really like how it relaxes people and it lets people know, and it reminds people that, you know, they're not alone in how they're feeling. Absolutely not alone. The amazing messages that you guys give me reminds me that what I'm doing is the right thing, and I couldn't be any more grateful. I'm still like floored that you guys are so comfortable telling a stranger those kinds of personal details, and I've gotten into the habit of making sure that what I say is meaningful and can help you. I just want to remind every single one of you guys that you are important. Just because there are people in your life that are probably letting you think that you're some insignificant being, just know that you are absolutely not the case. You are loved there is a purpose for you, and just because you don't know what that purpose is doesn't mean that you can't survive in this world and that you can't find a purpose. You know, just because your immediate environment doesn't give you any opportunity for you to find your truest potential doesn't mean that you'll never find it. I really hope that everyone watching this can change themselves, can improve themselves from a place of love. Keep love in your heart is what I'm trying to say. Please don't cry. Don't make me cry. Oh my god. I feel like at this point I'm exhausted from just talking so much. I've recorded this so many times and I feel like this is the one. This is the recording that's going to make it, that I'm going to edit and post and I'm going to feel amazing about. I'm so proud of myself for doing this. Oh gosh. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for, you know, being here. Subscribe so you don't miss this fish. I love you all. Bye everyone.